All right, man. Floyd Mayweather saying there's too many champions in boxing. Let's speak on it. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. The subscribe button is the bell icon button. Here we go.
Well, if you got Lomachenko, a guy that can fight for a world, I mean, even though he's, a guy having 400 amateur fights, he's a professional anyway, but he shouldn't be allowed to fight for a world title in his third or fourth fight. What I did in my career was, when I turned professional, I fought to fight for the title against Gennaro Chiquinito Hernandez. I fought 17 fights in a year and a half. Then I fought for the world title. So I earned it. Nothing was given to me, and I talked about that yesterday. Nothing. What we're doing is we're watering the sport down. Everybody is champion now. There should only be 4 champions at each weight class, but it's more than 4. Now in the top 10, you may have, you got 10. In the top 10, you may have 12 fighters that's in a weight class that's champion. So the sport of boxing, we need to clean this up with all the sanctioned bodies. I'm not just talking about one particular sanctioned body because, I was a fighter at one particular time. A fighter that was competing at the highest level. And I feel that, and I don't want the young fighters to get upset like, oh, boy, coming at me. Oh, he's coming at me. I'm not coming at you, young fighters. I'm talking about the sanctioned bodies. I'm talking about cleaning the sport of boxing up. I was put in this position to clean the sport up. I don't want to be in boxing if I can't help, if I can't get back. I don't want to just get back financially. I'm giving my time back, but I'm also going to give my voice. We have to clean the sport of boxing up. There's too many champions at these weight classes.
How do we start?
Y'all the writers. Y'all have to say something about this. Y'all have to say something about this. If I was, I'm saying this area, it's easy to type. Anybody can be world champion in this area. One of you, anybody in the media, young guys, we can let y'all fight on the Southern Circuit. In 24 months, y'all can be world. Everybody's world champion now.
All right, man. You heard him. Too many champions. I think his face is now included on the WBC. I could be wrong. Is he right? Absolutely. 4 too many champions, honestly. I think there should only be 2 main belts. And, a belt that represents when you unify the main belts. And then it could be a developmental belt, for the prospects, whatever. But that wouldn't be considered a major belt. That's how I look at it. I think it should be two major belts, and when you unify, you get the ring belt or the lineal, ring belt, whatever they want to call it. That's what you should get. That's exactly what you should get. So, I think 4 is too many, but that's a different conversation. But you're right. Damn near anybody could be world champion right now. But the funny thing about it is, his ex-fighter, Gervonta Davis, was parading around with the regular belt. That's the crazy thing about it. His fighter was parading around with the regular belt. So, shoot. Speak on that. Y'all was facilitating. You could blame Al Heyman, but they was facilitating, stripping real champions like Alberto Machado. Excuse me. And making Tank world champion. Let's not forget that. And he fought a guy coming off a loss for Machado belt, which Machado never lost. They just took it from him. So, we could talk about those facts. We could talk about all of that. So, wherever you want to go. It's been a lot of hypocrisy with the company that he's been affiliated with, and he claimed that he had ownership with, even his promotional company, not just PBC. So like I said before, when you was in the game with a major player like Gervonta Davis, y'all was parading around with the regular belt. That's not use Lomachenko as he didn't deserve to do this after 3 fights, this, that, and the third, even though he had 400 fights. Let's not use Lomachenko as the barometer. Let's use your fighter your ex-fighter who's still parading around, who's still parading around with a fake belt and don't have no ambitions on wanting to be a champion. Come on. And no ambitions on he can have an undisputed shot almost when he wanted to. And the same dude that, got a title shot, who got a title shot after 3 fights, your fighter ran from him. So I really ain't trying to hear that. 4 belts is too many already. 4 belts is way too many. It's way too many. Just for starters, and on top of that, you got franchise, you got regular, you got gold champions, all that type of stuff. So I get it. I get it. But yeah, reducing it down to 4. I mean, and talk about how the sanction belt bodies don't give back. They don't give back to the communities and shit, to y'all community. That's another thing. They take our money and don't go to the hood to put no box clinic on, don't throw no charity. They take their money, go back to their communities and put their kids through college. Talk about that part of it. But he damn near right. Almost anybody could be champion. And they trying to count the regular boxing, regular belts as belts. We had a whole discussion about Teofimo fucking Lopez. Was he undisputed or not? And how could he be undisputed? He wasn't. He wasn't undisputed. So right then and there was a dispute. He was not undisputed. He was not undisputed, no matter how much people want to no matter how much people want to slice the cake, he was not. The franchise belt don't make you undisputed. So when you can start, changing the rules and etc., then we got a problem. You can start bending the rules, then we got a problem. But he right, it is too many additional belts, but that ain't even our biggest problem. And the reason why there are a lot of belts going around is because here another nugget that you on, because these sanctioned belt bodies don't want to. I mean, these promotional companies don't want to work together. So the sanctioned belt bodies don't want to miss out. They don't want to miss out on no money. So they want to make sure everybody happy and comfortable. That's why they create all these different belts to keep every promotional company happy, to keep their cash flow where it need to be at. That's why you got all these belts. When they was ordering all these title eliminators between different promotional companies and different sides of the streets, everybody just went their separate way. And they was, ducking the title eliminators. They weren't paying attention to the sanctioned belt bodies. And so they said, cool, we gonna make a way. We're going to make sure we financially good. So we're going to make all these bills to keep everybody happy and keep the cash flowing this way. And that's what we're going to do. So that's why you got all these bills, because Al Heyman don't want to work with Eddie. Eddie don't want to work with Al, and Eddie don't want to work with Bob, and Bob don't want to work with Eddie. And what I'm saying? And so on. Oscar De La Hoya don't want to work with Eddie. So that's why they created all these belts. That's why. They had to create these belts to keep the cash flowing in and keep everybody happy. So you guys, it's always a reason why. It's always a reason why. Don't just look at the how we got there. There's always a reason why, bro. There's always a reason why. And the reason why is nobody want to work together. Nobody want to work together. Nobody want to work together. So then you got people that don't want to work together. Guess what? They cut, They cut their money off, so they got to keep getting their money somehow, some way. And Al gonna get his money. Mauricio Suleiman and all them gonna get their money. So we create all these belts to keep everybody happy and all that. But you see how much weight Floyd Mayweather's hold. WBA started to reduce their belts. It should be a total reduction in belts, honestly. It should be a total reduction. It should be 2 main belts. That's it. And 2 might be too many. UFC got 1 main belt. They got 1 main belt. They got 1 main belt that they recognize. And when somebody don't fall in line, guess what? They strip their ass, or they be like, you injured, you enter them. When you come back, you got to fight this guy. You don't want to be here no more? Guess what? Bye. Bye. And that's the way it should be. That's the way it should be. But then somebody say, well, UFC is more of a league and they don't have the number of fighters. They don't have the number of fighters that boxing does. 2 is more than enough. That'll force everybody to have to fight. And then you got guys who ducking title shots, cool. But then you got guys who ducking title shots. Once you duck a title shot, you should be suspended from competing in that sanction belt body for 6 months. Then if you duck another title shot, it should be a year and so on, without reason. But anytime you do something on the basis of money, greed gonna kick in, and that's what they doing for. That's what they doing it for. It's all about greed. But hey, let me know what you girls and guys think. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Next subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, increase your chance to get notifications. We go live or drop video. Financially want to support the channel, Cash App, $ CJ Good 313, Venmo CJ Good 313, PayPal link in description. Hit the link tree. Find me on Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, Apple Podcast, Spotify, Google Podcast, the whole 9. Appreciate the love, support. Let me know what you girls and guys think in the comment section. One time for the one time. Goodfella TV. Peace.